Hi, I'm Dave from Military Antiques Toronto, and today I'm going to show you some of the items that have walked in the door past couple days. And today it's just, we're trying to get it done, and sometimes it's not possible. Same reason that you don't see more movies out of me, videos, whatever, is that comes down to time, and there's just not enough time in the day, truthfully. Lots going on. So, this pickle hub walked in. Spiked helmet, it's Prussian, nothing extraordinary. That chin strap's not real. Unfortunately, it's missing the liner. Now, guys replace chin straps because they disintegrate, they fall apart, they fall off, and they get lost. And then other guys want to play mix and match and upgrade or whatever because, oh, that chin strap's prettier, so I'll put that on there. I don't understand why. It's easier to leave it alone, but there's always somebody. So, you know what? It's missing the liner. It's leather, it rots off, I get it. It is, I can't show you except, in handling it, but it's clearly stamped 1914 inside, and there's a depot there. Usually there's stamped right here as to what unit they are. Unfortunately, it's done in ink and it's pressed in, but unfortunately, because of age, it's deteriorated and it's gone. The cockades are fine, chin straps not real, but always with these, look for extra holes. That's the biggest giveaway for people replacing plates and changing it. They did repair them and replace them, exchange them, and then the holes were filled in and covered over, and you can see evidence of that. In this case, that's not the case. This has not been reissued or anything. It just is a standard Prussian pickle hub, which you would see on Colonel Klink's desk because he was a standard Prussian, don't you know? And if you don't know what that is, well, I can't help you. Anyway, so that will get photoed and put on the website sooner than later. Then we get these pilot's helmets. So the interesting part about these is not one of them has a label in, which I can live with, but they are Luftwaffe pilot helmets. You can see the oxygen mask hookups on each side, 3 straps, so it goes to the top also. This one is missing, sorry, is it this one? No, this one is missing the top strap piece here. So it's been taken out, come out, however you want to phrase it. It's not there. There's no tags in here, so I can't show you tags. They're all sheepskin lined. Every single one of them, they're a standard pattern. But what's neat is that this one is ready to have ear receivers put in, doesn't have them. This one never did, and this one never did either. So they're just like a British Type B helmet and Type C, D and E for that matter, where they added the earphones to the outside of the helmet by cutting a hole in the leather and then sewing it down onto it. At least that's what standard happened for a Type B, because you get the Type B helmets with nothing on, and those are the used in Canada ones for training purposes. So I'd say it's a training purpose helmet, both of these, even though they have oxygen mask hookups, but that's okay. You know what? More pilots helmets, more stuff to list on the website. Just a little primer on there, nothing tremendous, just a little bit of information. So there is different types of pilots, German pilots helmets, of course, and those are some of them, but those are all different, so whatever. Field phone, East German, which, yeah, okay, something different, right? You don't normally find something like that. And it's got the strap. It's, well, it's some sort of fabric leather, but whatever. Hey, you know what? It's kind of neat, actually. I kind of like it. It's certainly a Cold War piece, and you got all the wires in there. I do not know if it works, but you know what? Let's see if there's a battery in here. I'm not sure if there is. Let's see if I can get that open. I just bought this. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. No, I can't open that. I don't want to play with it too much, of course. Let's see. Nope. No, leave it alone. So it's got the different jacks in there to plug into, obviously different phones, and then the SIGS wire, as we would call it, connects to this, and it gets screwed down, and off you go. This screwdriver came with it. I assume it's for something, but I don't see that type of head anywhere in here, so I'm going to say that this definitely does not belong in here. It just ended up in there. But I still think that's a cool piece. It's an East German field phone, not something you shows up every day over here. But hey, you know what? You never know what you're going to get. And let's close it up. Oh, there you go. And on the outside is a phonetic alphabet in German for what they would use. So it's a nice bakelite piece. It's kind of cool, actually. The speaker and everything. That's neat. Oh, and there you wind it up. So That's cool. So, and it still goes. Cool. Probably still works if you felt so inclined. But I'm going to leave this alone before I break it. So, not that I'm Butterfingers, but still. Let's put that over here. So, last but not least is 2 Kriegsmarine badges. So, we have a High Seas Fleet and we have an E-boat / S-boat badge. My former employee, who I like, and I'm sure he'll see this, I had one of these and I said E-boat, and he started going, no, it's a Schnellboat, whatever. I'm like, it's an E-boat badge, shut the hell up. So anyways, we'll do the High Seas Fleet badge first. And then someone else is here looking at me askance right now because he's a squarehead, or he thinks he is, even though he's Polish. And I already know he wants to say something desperately, and I'm going to tell him not to say anything, so shut the hell up, Steve, because I know you're looking at me. I can see your eyes from here. So, High Seas Fleet badge. So there's different makers, of course. And this is RSS, which you can see right there. Now, sorry, RSNS. There are different makers. The finish on these is, and the maker is what determines the value these days. Not the problem, but the problem is that books came out recently. They're amazing books, 2-volume set by B&D Publishing. They are out of print now, but you can still get the limited edition ones, but they are expensive. But they show all the Kriegsmarine badges, and if you get really nice frosting finish on it and everything, they're worth a lot more than ones that are beaten to hell and then some. So this one has not been beaten to hell, but it has been used, and you can see it's been so. So this will be on the website, hopefully today, if there's time. If not, it'll be on the website. It'll be on the website today. By the time you see us, it'll be on the website today. So there's that. Nice piece. Then you have the E-boat badge / S-boat for all you wannabe Germans. As I get looked at askance again, I can see. Again, we're back to the finish on them. This is the first pattern E-boat badge, as opposed to the second pattern, which has a different boat angle on it. So, and what you want to see on that, this one's marked Schwerin on the back, Berlin, and you want to see this nice vertical pin like that, and you want to see this nice little clip which goes into the little area on the tunic that you put a couple loops in so that it doesn't fall off or fall down or bend over slightly as you are walking along. So nice E-boat badge. This is already sold. It didn't make it very far, but you know what? That's the way it works. So, but hey, you never know what you get back, right? That's the way it works sometimes when you're running a retail store. People want to upgrade, or they want to buy something else because they have a collecting problem. So I guess we all do, or we've all been there, done that, right? Some are still there. Anyways, thanks for looking. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Check out my website, militaryantiquestoronto.com. You know what? It's always cheaper on the website. It's in Canadian funds. You know what? What can I say? In reference, you know what? And I'll throw a little thing in there. In reference to shipping. So with Mr. Trump's tariffs that he's put on everything, it's become more costly to ship to the States. Shipping through Canada Post is cost prohibitive. I did have to change the rates on shipping to the States. Basically, I put down $50, and that sounds like a lot, and it is. It's criminally ridiculous. I'm at the mercy of Canada Post, and they are criminal what they charge. And no, there's no other options. Don't be telling me about Stallion or Chit Chat or anything, because they insist on the physical address of where the badge or the book or the item was made. If it was made 100 years ago, I don't have the address anymore. That company doesn't exist. And if you supply a fake address, then you get dinged with failure to whatever, and they charge you a huge surcharge. So it's not worth it. So don't give me that. So the only option I have is Canada Post or UPS or FedEx, and they are criminally charging what it cost me to get to you in the States also. So it's $50. If this isn't a good example, if this is a $10 badge, and I can ship it, with a tracking number, because everything gets shipped with a tracking number. It's not a $10 badge, obviously, but if it's a $10 badge, it's going to cost me, after paying the duty, because it's 10% now, plus I got to pay a brokerage fee, it's going to cost you $15. I already know that. But if it's a tunic, like a guy in California just bought a bunch of tunics, which I haven't shipped yet, which is going out Friday, it's now 10% duty on all of them. His order was $500 off the top of my head. he paid $50 for shipping. So that tax that means it's going to cost me $50 plus the brokerage fee. So it's $55. Canada Post is going to charge me another probably $40 because they were $50 because they're crooks. So am I out $50? Yep. Am I going to back charge them that $50? Nope. I got to eat it. Nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. It's the way it is. It's if I want to sell the stuff, that's the only choice I have, because you Americans are not going to pay any brokerage or duty because unless I send it FedEx or UPS, whatever. And then you get to pay them, and then you're going to cry at me that you have to pay that, whatever. So it all depends on the value of the item and what it is and how much it costs me to ship. But if it's cost me $15, I'll refund you the $35. If it costs me $30, I'll send you back the $20. If it costs me over $50, you're not getting any money back. Simple as that. I try and be straight with people, but you can't always. They don't want to listen. They always think there's a scam. Anyways, thanks for looking. Hope you have a nice day, and hope you enjoy the video. Take care. Bye.